And what's up guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make simple movement in Scratch that's pretty smooth. So let's get started. So you will be needing pretty much a player of some sort. You can use anything, you can use something from Google or anything. So you will also need two variables. You'll need X and Y, because those are the axes that you're going to move in. So we need the when green flag click block, and then we're gonna get set X and a set Y block. Those are pretty important. And then we get a forever loop and then an if statement, a bunch of them actually. So we'll need about 4 for the 4 arrow keys. So then we will need to set our position. So we'll go and get into motion and set go to X and Y. And as we're doing that X and Y is already set to 0, there's really no point of not just setting them to the variables. So let's do that. So let's go into variables and get the X and to the Y. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So now we're gonna add the keys slash the input. So we're gonna add the right and the left. And we'll need the up and down. And we'll need the up. So make sure the up is in the top because it normally looks like that in games and it's much more easier to understand. So now we're gonna change our X and Y by the numbers we need to use. So normally in the Y we will normally add for up we'll have a positive number and a negative number in our down, and positive number in our right and negative number in our left, and make sure it's a change and not a set. So if we now test it, nothing is gonna happen. But if we on these variables, as you can see, they are changing, and if they don't change, then there's a problem. So make sure you're trying to find what the problem is. Okay, so now we will be doing our basic like smooth thing that will make the project smooth. So the reason why we do this is when you go to the right, you're changing the value to a positive number, but you're not decreasing it when you're done. You're not decreasing it to a negative 0. So you need to then you have to wait until it becomes a negative number for it to become a low number. So it's kind of confusing, but you will get used to it and we will need to use it. So let's start again. So we're gonna add the set 0, 0, X and Y, and make sure it's X and Y, and then we're gonna add the multiplication in both of them. And then we need X and Y variables. So make sure it's X and the X and the Y and the Y so you don't get any bugs. And now you have to get a good number. So I think 0.80 to 90 is like the sweet spot where you will get like the best amount of movement. You can also do it over 90 if you want it more smooth. But make sure and remember, it will become faster and higher numbers you get. So if you get like 15, you will be really slow. So make sure it's 0.80, 80 or 0.90, something between that. I've done 0.83. So now you can see it's not going over something like 4 in the X, and it's not going over 4 in the Y. So let's do our like movement now because it's moving. So we're going to change X and Y by the variables. So if we now go into full screen mode, it should be pretty smooth movement. So yeah, that's pretty easy. And if you ever get the problem of not working, like one key is not working, just go out of full screen mode and restart the project by pressing the green flag, and it should work again. So as you can see, it's pretty smooth and the numbers are going pretty well, and you can use this one for RPG of some sort. So now let's make mobile compatible movement in Scratch. So mobile compatible, you may ask. So on a phone, you probably know that you can't use arrow keys or anything. You can only tap and move your finger around, so like go around or something. So for that, you can't use the keyboard. So we need a special movement for that. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that in a bit. And make sure you have a sprite and you don't need any variables. So let's start. So let's start by getting our blocks. So we need the green fan clicked, our forever loop, and we'll go into motion and get point towards block, mouse pointer. So this is going to point towards our mouse, and then you're going to use the move steps. You probably don't use that much, but you can use that one now. So we for this in this case we'll lead it instead of X and Y and change that. So then we'll get a division block inside operators and get distance to mouse pointer, and we need to set it as 3, and that's like the best number in my opinion. So you can change it, just make sure that it's smooth. And yeah, so you can see that it's pretty smooth movement. So thank you guys for watching. So this is a video that I edited, so I hope you guys like the editing. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.